This video is to talk you through how to complete the essay assignment and rubric revision assignment for 4972. So a reminder, your screen may not look exactly like this depending on the semester and the class that you're in, but the concepts will be the same. So you want to find, first of all, the reading that's required. We've already read the Form First or 5-paragraph essay materials, and some of that will be relevant to you making decisions on how you might revise and the critiques that you might offer. And also, the digital literacy and multimodal composition links are here. So this PDF is our key text here, as well as the multimodal literacy statement by NCTE. I've also added a few supplementary links, multimodal projects, and creating multimodal text, and those can help you make revision decisions for this assignment as well. So make sure you've read through each of these, especially reading carefully. This PDF is a scholarly type of article or professional article, so you'll want to read carefully through each of these links before you make your choices. Then you want to click into the link with the prompts here. So what you'll see is 3 different prompts, each of which have been used in real high school classrooms for sort of an essay writing unit. You'll want to look through each of these prompts first and decide which one you want to focus on. So they're all 3 different types of essay prompts, but overall they're all sort of persuasive argument types of essays. Regardless of which of the 3 you choose, you're going to use this rubric. So this rubric is a general persuasive essay rubric that we're going to say applies to each of these. And in fact, it does apply to each of these 3 prompts. So regardless of which of the 3 prompts you choose, this is the rubric that goes along with your prompt assignment. Okay? Now, which one should you choose? Well, you could choose the prompt that you think is actually sort of the worst. So part of what you'll be doing is offering a critique and evaluation, and so you could choose one that you find the most problematic or that you find to be the worst type of assignment. You may, however, want to choose the one that you see the most potential in. So you think sort of the bones of it, the idea behind the writing, what the students will be writing about is a good idea, but you see some ways that it can be revised to make it a little more up-to-date and relevant for students or more authentic. So you choose one of the 3 and also examine the rubric as well. Then you're going to open up the assignment here, essay assignment and rubric revision. And you will see in there the instructions. Our overall question is, how can we revise essay assignment prompts and scoring guides to encourage more effective and valuable, authentic forms of writing in our classrooms, beyond just the 5-paragraph or form first essay, where it's a matter of just checking, do they have each of the parts of an essay? And we're moving beyond that to more quality, more effective, individual, creative types of writing. So here are your instructions I've already laid out. Choose one of the 3 prompts and then base off of the scoring rubric. What you're going to do is use the form below as a framework for explaining your critique and evaluation. You're going to refer in your paragraphs here to specific details on the prompt. So specific things the prompt is asking for, saying specific areas of the rubric. You're also going to be clearly referring to some Gallagher ideas, so some of the key things he thinks are good writing instruction and good writing assignments, as well as some of the key things you got from the Form First and 5-paragraph articles, and some of the key things you got from the digital literacy and multimodal articles. So I'm looking for clear connection to course content that we have previously been studying or that was assigned for today. After you finish this up, when we meet in class next time, you'll give a brief informal presentation of your critique and as well your revision ideas. So on this chart, you'll see the questions over here. You will just type your responses here in this box. Of course, they'll be longer than this, so the boxes will expand to fit your response. Maybe a short paragraph or a paragraph for each of the questions. The first one is, what do you think is good about the prompt you chose? So we're going to start with the positive. In what ways do you think it supports beneficial, positive writing and literacy practices? The second box is your main concerns about the prompt. You're going to focus on 2 to 3 main aspects. So you might have a different bullet point for each of your main concerns here. I've added a reminder to please refer to Gallagher's ideas, the 5-paragraph essay ideas, or not mentioned here, but you may also want to refer to the multimodal literacies and digital literacy ideas. And this is about the prompt itself. This one then is about the rubric or the scoring guide, your 2 to 3 main concerns with the scoring guide. And again, referring to course content here, our conversations and our articles about what constitutes good quality writing instruction. Here then you're going to offer some main revisions for the prompt or the assignment format. So this could be, I want the language of the prompt to change. This could be, I don't want it to be a 5-paragraph essay. Instead, I think this same question or these same ideas could work well as this type of assignment instead. Some key things to keep in mind here is you can change the type of writing task, but it still needs to include writing and it still needs to be the same concept. So for example, if they're writing an essay about characterization in Romeo and Juliet, whatever they do instead should still be about characterization in Romeo and Juliet. It should still include some form of a writing, so it should still be a composition of some sort. And you could sort of have a couple key points here, a couple short paragraphs explaining overall what you would envision for making this a more vivid and alive type of assignment. The final box here is for any revisions you would suggest for the rubric or scoring guide. What would you add to the rubric or scoring guide? How would you change the way it's set up? What would you take away from it? And a specific idea is it needs to fit the type of prompt that you suggested. It needs to fit the type of prompt that you suggested in the previous box. And it needs to make sense as well for the choices that you made for the type of writing task. So you're going to submit this on Classroom when you finish up. Please take a look at the due date posted on Classroom, as it may vary from class to class. And then be prepared to sort of talk us through your critique and evaluation of the prompt, as well as the rubric, and the ideas that you have for how you might transform the same concept into a more up-to-date, relevant, authentic, exciting, student-centered, problem-solving type of assignment.